YouTube, what's going on, man? It's your boy Booba and welcome back to another video on the channel. Now we're going to keep the player reviews rolling, and up next on the list we do have the Protect Your Wings Evolution for Jeremy Frimpong. Now so far we've done a play review for Marcos Llorente and then also Teo Hernandez. If you guys didn't check out those videos, definitely go ahead and check it out. For me personally, so far Teo Hernandez is the best option for the evolution and then Marcos Llorente. With Jeremy Frimpong, it is going to be very interesting to test him out because there are a lot of really good aspects to his game, but there's also some areas that do lack quite a bit. Now, he does have 3-star skill moves, 3-star weak foot with the explosive acceleration type. He can play every position down that right-hand side and now also the left back position. And looking at his in-game stats in a bit more detail, like the 94 pace and 84 dribbling are obviously going to be the standout stats. And with the evolution, he does end up getting a +5 upgrade to his passing and then also a +9 upgrade to both his defending and physicality. So again, boys, really nice upgrades to his face stats, but like 81 defending and 72 physical, obviously that could be a lot better. On top of that, boys, he does get the slide tackle playstyle plus, and as you guys probably already know, you can give him the intercept playstyle plus first and then throw him into the evolution. He gets the left back position and then also a few more player roles. So again, for 30,000 coins, some pretty decent upgrades. Now with the way that the card is set up, because he does have some pretty decent passing and dribbling, I feel like it's really important to get the most out of his defending and physicality. So for me personally, boys, I would go ahead and recommend the Sentinel Chem style. With the Sentinel Chem style, he is going to get 87 defending and then also 75 physical. So like a pretty decent upgrade right there. If you do want to maybe try to use him a little bit further forward as like a right mid, I mean, you could also give him the backbone chemistry style to improve on his passing. A lot of it is going to come down to how you want to incorporate him in game, boys, because there is a little bit of versatility. And now right here, we can see that with the evolution, he does end up getting the jockey playstyle. And I feel like this is one area of his game that could obviously be a lot better, boys. He does only have 4 different playstyles: slide tackle playstyle plus rapid and quick step. He is missing some really important defensive playstyles. And then if you do want to use him as like an overlapping fullback, at least one passing playstyle would have been really nice as well. But if you did complete some objectives or from the season pass, if there are like a couple of those evolutions that do give a single playstyle, I feel like those playstyles would be really good to use with Frimpong. So with the way that the card is set up and the player roles that he does have, I feel like running him at the right back position where he is a fullback, boys, is easily going to be your best bet. With Frimpong, I feel like he's one of those players that do play a little bit above his face stats, so it's going to be really interesting to compare him with like Teo Hernandez, Marcos Llorente, and see whether or not he's actually worth using in the evolution. If you guys do enjoy these FC26 play reviews and you want to see more videos like this on the channel, definitely let me know by leaving a like. Turn on that notification bell so you guys never miss an upload, and then also consider subscribing to the channel if you are new. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump straight into it. Alright, boys, game number 1 using Jeremy Frimpong, and I'm actually really excited to test him out because I feel like he's one of those players that kind of play like above his face stats. Even without like the most important playstyles and like his defending and physicality being a little bit lower, he tends to still be very good in game. And he does also have an ultimate scream card that's going on the market for like, I'm pretty sure 150 to like 200,000 coins. So this is actually going to be a pretty nice alternative. Right there, Frimpong with a good cutback. Daniel Malin, boys, we got to be scoring, man. That's a decent play though. The plan is to obviously use him as that fullback, but we are also going to try to get him a little bit further forward to test out like the technical side to his game a little bit more. All right, boys, now very early on in the game, I'm going to try to get him a little bit further forward. The 94 pace is going to be huge, man, especially with rapid and quick step. Daniel Malin, that's a great ball. I mean, getting that extra body going forward is actually really OP. You just got to be careful to kind of like finish off the play so that you won't get hit on like a counter attack. Jeremy Frimpong, a little bit of left stick dribbling. I mean, he is pretty smooth on the ball as well, especially with like his smaller build. Try to play that through. Great ball into Ruta. Oh, boys, that pass right there. Double tapping the through ball button is easily one of the most OP passes. And I feel like that's a really good example of like what Frimpong can bring to your team if you do use him a little bit more like an overlapping fullback. I think he's just going to try to go for a cutback right here. Sprint jockey defending. Yeah, boys, I mean, he is pretty quick and responsive right there. Not great physicality up against James. And that is one part of his game that even with the Sentinel Chem style isn't going to be great. Now, straight from our goal kick, we do have Malin in a little bit of space. Jeremy Frimpong play through. That's a great ball, boys. Again, those late runs, usually your opponent won't really track it. It's a decent attempt. Maybe could have used a little bit more power behind that shot. Now, this is where Frimpong should thrive, boys, just because like he has insane recovery speed. So we just go for like a little bit of second man press. We did pull him out of position a little bit. Should be able to get the interception, boys. That's nice, man. That's good defensive cover. Now, I do also want to go ahead and test out his long range passing a little bit. We do have our fullback making that run. Yeah, boys, I don't know, man. The long-range passing, I mean, it's a pretty decent pass, but I was actually trying to play that to Juve. So if you do want to try to use him a little bit further up the pitch, I mean, the backbone chemistry style wouldn't be too bad to improve on his passing a little bit more. Apply a little bit of pressure. That's a great interception, boys. I like that. Like, even if you don't really anticipate what your opponent's going to do, like, you can get back into position so quickly with him. I have to play it down the line, boys. We are going to get to it as well, man. That's crazy sprint speed. Jeremy Frimpong, drop it back. Great ball. Rashford, he's got it, man. He knew exactly what we were trying to do. Should have probably gone for like a skill move right there. Cole Palmer, he's going to play that through. Frimpong, great manual defending. I mean, overall, if you are really good at manual defending and stuff, like he's very easy to control. If you do go with like a lot of second man press and stuff like that, I mean, it's going to be very difficult to kind of like get away from him. Frimpong Burbaspin with the 3-star skill moves. Go for the shot. Okay, boys, that's a decent attempt. Play through. That's a great ball, boys. I was trying to play to Frimpong, though, but now we'll play to him. Jeremy Frimpong. Yeah, there goes that physicality. One thing that I will say, man, like the physicality definitely lies with the card. All right, boys, straight into game number 2 we go, and so far, so good. I think that is safe to say if you end up using him in the Evolution, you're still getting a pretty solid player. But there's definitely some parts to this game that are lacking quite a bit, man, especially like the physical side to this game, and then also like the fact that he doesn't have a lot of playstyles. Now, this guy does have Dembele and then also Erling Haaland up top. We'll go second man press. Frimpong, we do get back into position. That's nice. The recovery speed has honestly been insane with the card. And because he is so quick, and he does also have the quick step playstyle, you can kind of like risk it a little bit, boys. You know, get him a little bit further forward, try to implement him a little bit in the attack. Ousmane Dembele, just a little bit of jockey defending. The jockey playstyle, man, has honestly been great with the card. Especially like with his really good pace and like reactions and stuff. Frimpong again, great recovery speed, and we do get possession. That's nice. And we do have that overlapping run. We're going to go ahead and play to him. I'm just going to go over the top, man. Test out the long-range passing. It's not bad. Rashford, I tried to hit that first time, man. I don't know why he took a touch. A decent chance created, though. Let's see if we can maybe try to do that again. Daniel Malen through the middle. Reverse it back. Frimpong with the shot. It's a good finish, boys. We'll take that. And that's one thing that I really like, man. The technical side to this game is pretty decent. So whenever we get him a little bit further forward, I feel like he can create and maybe even score a goal or two. That's good pressure again. Now, because this guy is playing a narrow formation, I feel like these overlapping runs have actually been pretty useful. Frimpong again. Very quick, boys. I got to go for the shot. Okay, man. Okay. Hey, if you do want to run him as a right mid, I feel like as a right mid wouldn't be too bad. I did not expect him to score from that angle, boys. That's a very nice finish. Do have Malen making that run. Gonna try to go over the top. Wow. I think the goalkeeper is gonna get to it. Oh, look at the confusion, boys. Look at Frimpong's passing. That's insane. We might actually be able to spring into a counterattack right here. Hold up. Daniel Malen. Play that through. Nice. Frimpong through the middle. But we'll play it to Doku first and now play through. Boys, those late runs, man, are so good. Chip shot. I feel like the one that we should have scored, boys, we didn't score. But the other ones that we really shouldn't have scored, we scored. Frimpong, boys, I doubt that we get back into position. Yeah, Ousmane Dembele just a little too quick. Slide tackle. Oh, I tried to use the slide tackle playstyle plus right there, boys. Obviously the wrong thing to do. All right, man, straight from kickoff. Let's see if we can maybe try to go for a cross diagonal. Frimpong. That's a great ball, boys. That is a much better pass. Through the middle. Nice. Late run. Great ball. Touch. Look for the cutback. What a pass, boys. What a pass from Frimpong, man. That's what I'm talking about. I do have Doku in a little bit of space. I'm going to try to go over the top. It's not bad. It's not bad. I mean, we did win the header, but I kind of wanted it to go a little bit further ahead of, what's his name, Doku. Odegaard. We should be able to catch up. I try to go for a little bit of, like, just to push on him, but we don't have the physicality to do that. He's going to try to play through, boys. That's a lovely tackle, man. Yep. He's going to have to try to play that to Dembele. Nice, Frimpong. That's a great interception, boys. If you are really good at manual defending, like, he is going to be a really good fullback for you. Just go ahead and carry the ball forward. Hold up, boys. Frimpong masterclass. Ooh, that's good dribbling. Heel to heel. See you later. Jeremy. Tight angle. We'll take that, boys. We'll take that. That's an incredible goal. All right, boys, so after using Frimpong in a few games of division rivals, I think that is safe to say that he is a pretty good option for the Evolution, but I wouldn't put him above like Marcos Llorente or Theo Hernandez. And the main reason behind that is that I feel like some aspects to his game are really good, but then there's also a few aspects that do let the card down a little bit. Like, for example, his defending and physicality. If you are coming up against like taller, more physical type of attackers, it is a little bit more difficult to defend with him. Another part to his game that does lack a little bit, boys, is obviously his playstyles. He does only have 4 different playstyles, which at this stage of the game isn't ideal. Now, you can give him a few more. You can also give him the intercept playstyle plus if you don't want the slide tackle playstyle plus, but that's obviously going to come down to whether or not you have those playstyles. Some things that I did really like with the card, boys, is the fact that he is very responsive in game. So if you are really good at manual defending, I feel like he's still going to be a very good fullback for you. And then if you can get him a little bit further forward, I mean, 79 passing and 84 dribbling wasn't too bad at all. As you guys saw in some of those highlights, in those more advanced positions, he can definitely create a few chances, especially with his really good passing and dribbling, and then he can also score a couple goals. It's just a lot more inconsistent. The Sentinel Chem style, for the most part, did help out quite a bit with his defensive and physical stats, boys. I mean, 94 defensive awareness, 83 stand tackle, and then also 85 stand tackle. Pretty good at breaking up the play, pretty good in the tackle. It's just like his physicality is a little bit of a letdown. So at the moment, boys, with the Protect Your Wings evolution, I'm still going to keep Teo Hernandez as the best option for the Evo. At number 2, I'm going Marcos Llorente, and then number 3, Jeremy Frimpong. Now, if there is another player that you guys would like to see a player review on, let me know in the comment section down below. There are some pretty decent options, but I feel like Teo and Marcos Llorente are easily going to be the 2 most popular ones. With Jeremy Frimpong, I mean, for 30,000 coins, you're still getting a pretty solid player, and compared to his ultimate screen version, I feel like it's a pretty nice, like, cheap alternative. If I had to compare him with like a specific type of player, he does kind of give me like an Alex Scott or like a Bompastor type of vibe, like your smaller type of fullback that's pretty responsive in game. So if those are the type of fullbacks that you prefer, he is going to be a pretty decent option for you, but not on the same level as Teo and Marcos Llorente. So yeah, man, if you do run a Premier League team and you can get him on full chemistry, still a pretty decent player to go ahead and evolve, and you never know, there might be like a little bit of potential with like future evolutions. But if you don't really run a Premier League team and you are still looking for a player to use in the evolution, I would personally lean a little bit more towards Teo Hernandez and Marcos Llorente. But that is going to be the end of today's video. If you guys did enjoy it, definitely let me know by leaving a like in the comment section down below. Let me know another player that you guys would like to see a player review on. And then if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, as we are on the road to 20,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for clicking on today's video. I've been your boy Bulba, and I'll catch you guys in another one very, very soon. Peace.